This is Q46 to Lake Success Long Island Jewish Hospital. Next stop, Queens Boulevard and 78th Avenue. This stop is Queens Boulevard and 78th Avenue. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Queens Boulevard. Transfers available to the E&F trains, Long Island Railroad, Q37, Q60, QM18, X64, X68, Q10 and Q10 Limited. This stop is Union Turnpike and Queens Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 135th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 135th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 141st Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 141st Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Main Street. Transfers available to Q20A and Q44 SBS. This stop is Union Turnpike and Main Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 147th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 147th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 150th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 150th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Parsons Boulevard. Transfers available to Q25 and Q34. This stop is Union Turnpike and Parsons Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 160th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 160th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 164th Street. Transfer available to Q65. This stop is Union Turnpike and 164th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 165th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 165th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 168th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 168th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 170th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 170th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 173rd Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 173rd Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 175th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 175th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Utopia Parkway. Transfers available to Q30 and Q31. This stop is Union Turnpike and Utopia Parkway. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Surrey Place. This stop is Union Turnpike and Surrey Place. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Kent Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and Kent Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Chevy Chase Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and Chevy Chase Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 188th Street. Transfer available to Q17. This stop is Union Turnpike and 188th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 190th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 190th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 193rd Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 193rd Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 196th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 196th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 198th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 198th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Transfer available to Q76. This stop is Union Turnpike and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Hollis Hills Terrace. This stop is Union Turnpike and Hollis Hills Terrace. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 211th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 211th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Bell Boulevard. This stop is Union Turnpike and Bell Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Stewart Road. This stop is Union Turnpike and Stewart Road. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 222nd Street. Transfers available to Q88 and Q27. This stop is Union Turnpike and 222nd Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Springfield Boulevard. Transfers available to Q88 and Q27. This stop is Union Turnpike and Springfield Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 226th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 226th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Grand Central Parkway. This stop is Union Turnpike and Grand Central Parkway. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 232nd Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 232nd Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 234th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 234th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 236th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 236th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Winchester Boulevard. This stop is Union Turnpike and Winchester Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Cross Island Parkway. This stop is Union Turnpike and Cross Island Parkway. Next stop, Union Turnpike and Commonwealth Boulevard. This stop is Union Turnpike and Commonwealth Boulevard. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 248th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 248th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 252nd Street. Transfer available to Q46. This stop is Union Turnpike and 252nd Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 256th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 256th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 258th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 258th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 263rd Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 263rd Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 265th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 265th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 268th Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 268th Street. Next stop, Union Turnpike and 271st Street. This stop is Union Turnpike and 271st Street. Next stop, Lakeville Road and Union Turnpike. Transfers available to N25 and N26. This stop is Lakeville Road and Union Turnpike. Next stop, Lakeville Road and Hewlett Street. Transfer available to N25. This stop is Lakeville Road and Hewlett Street. Next stop, LIJ Medical Center on 271st Street. This stop is LIJ Medical Center on 271st Street. This is Q46 to Lake Success Long Island Jewish Hospital. Please exit through the rear door.